am Kasasagi Usagi, and I am here with more Final Fantasy XIV. It's Moonfire Fair, so that's what we're gonna be doing first. Should be good. Let me grab Q. Q. Are you on your way to Limsa Momensa?
Yes.
Yes. I need you to head to the aft castle. But it's Moonfire Fair. Moonfire Fair. I know. I should have told you to put on your summer outfit. Such as
I got Gunbreaker to 61 just in time.
You did it.
I did it.
Mayaru Maru will stop at nothing to see that you enjoy the seasonal festivities to the fullest. Welcome, my adventuring friend. Come to enjoy the Moonfire Fair festivities, have you? I promise you're in scorchingly sweltering good time. As you may very well know, this fair is a storied tradition that in recent years have served to promote the effort of the Adventurers Guild on behalf of Eorzeans everywhere. Once again, we've got a piping hot plate full of exciting activities for one and all. This year we've also been tasked by none other than Master Gigajiro, our ever-generous patron of the event, with creating the ultimate icy dessert to stave off the heat. We'd more than welcome the aid of a skilled adventurer like yourself, and needless to say, we'll reward you well for your efforts. If you're willing and able to lend a hand, simply hop over to Costa del Sol to speak to my colleague, Paramanja.
Yeah, from the music, I thought you were at Costa del Sol.
I know.
I was surprised when you said Limsa. I'm like, what?
Well, you gotta grab the starting quest in Limsa. Fly! No more swimming across the ocean. Oh, you don't know what the Moonfire Fair Awards are, do you?
No.
Ooh, you're gonna love it.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome, friend, and I hope you enjoy the Wait a minute. That's adventurer garb. If I ever saw some. Did Myers send you to help with our confectionery challenge? How glad I am to hear it's the God's honest truth. We're in a bit of a bind here. You see, though we've been tasked with making the most delightfully frosted dessert, we are suffering from a lack of an all-important ingredient. Ice. The shipment was supposed to come in bells ago, but word has it we've been held up by some disturbance in the area. Might you be so kind as to check with my associate, Payombo, and see if she knows anything further? She should be just east of here, over on the beach. What's that you say? Hermanja sent you to ask about the delayed shipment of ice? To be quite honest, the situation is something of a complicated one. As you may have heard, for this year's festivities, Master Gigajiro has imposed upon us a rather daunting task, preparing the finest frozen dessert this realm has ever seen. He promised us that he would spare not a single guild to see the deed done, so we decided to enlist the services of one of the realm's most prominent confectioners. That's all well and good at this point, yes? As it turns out, this confectioner was a hopeless perfectionist, insisting that only the finest ice in all of Eorzea would serve for her creation. She hopped on the next vessel to the northern seas. And that's the last we saw of her. It's not that I fear for her life, mind you, pardon the pun, but she's one tough cookie. That said, the festivities are all but upon us, and if she doesn't make it back soon... Ye gads! That poor girl's drowning out there! Glub.
God.
That garb! Yes, it's her, colleague. That's Nekaki, the self-same confectioner of whom I just spoke. We must help her at once.
This girl's got a lion tail.
Yeah, sometimes the cats can have the lion tail.
That's cool.
I like the big puffy one myself. She's dead, crab. Will she be alright? In any event, I'll leave her in your capable hands. I'm an adventurer, not a doctor. Eh. Oh, Nekiki, you've come back to us, thank the gods. Payombo, is that you? Why, I'm back in Costa del Sol. You are indeed. Whatever happened to you out there? Were you swept away in a storm? Tossed from your boat by some eldritch horror from the depths of the sea? I fear my memory is still hazy. As I remember, we sailed to the northern seas, where, after braving the elements and some vicious fiends set on making a meal of me, I succeeded in procuring the most pristine ice I've ever laid eyes upon. We began the journey back, and just as we were approaching Costa del Sol, it's no use. The only thing I remember is our vessel capsizing and my body being flung from the deck along with my hard-won supply of ice. But at least I made it back in one piece, and I have your friend here to thank for that, Payombo. I didn't do anything. Oh, my dearest friends, you too survived the shipwreck. Why, I couldn't be happier. These creatures are your friends? Aren't they lovely? We met on one of the isles up north. I shared some of my treats with them, and the next thing I knew, they were following me everywhere. They're gentle and strong, the most perfect companions, really. Alright, that's enough of touching reunion. My precious ice is scattered all about the place. Go round it up and bring it here. On the double now. Oh. They did it. Well, would you look at that? They're quite clever, aren't they? Oh, lucky day! The seals are intact and the ice inside undamaged and unmelted. That means only one potential rub remains. It couldn't be. Yes, as a matter of fact, the ice you see is everything I hoped it would be, which is why it was rather, to my chagrin when I later discovered that a dreadful fiend slumbered in the rather large chunk of ice that I loaded onto our vessel. Yes, it's all coming back to me now. As we neared Costa del Sol, with the balmy winds drifting in, I heard a dreadful rumbling coming up from the cargo hold. I rushed down to investigate, only to see the fearsome creature. It appeared rather perturbed by the heat, and it suddenly began to swell larger and larger and larger until boom! It would appear my own carelessness was the cause of our unfortunate incident. Fortunately, my furry companions and I have survived the shipwreck as my stock of the purest ice. You do not have to get me a birthday present, Sprightly. It is A-okay. And yet, I fear that the fiend will be back in search of the icy home I so unceremoniously stole from him. Whatever am I to do? Have no fear, my dear Nekiki. In fairs over the years, my friends and I have fought off more bombards than you can shake a stick at. Why, Bombard Buster could be my middle name. Now let's go appraise Hermandra of the situation. Surely he'll have an idea as to how we can deal with the menace and kick the festivities off with a bang. No worries. Collie, I was wondering when I might hear back from you and Poyono. And I can see our confectioner has joined you as well. Pray tell, how did you fare? Oh dear, so while the ice has been safely procured, a blustery bombard of behemoth-like proportions has been procured alongside it? No doubt that has something to do with the panic screams I heard coming from the beach. But not to worry. After all, what is the Moonfire Fair if not a season for blasting ill-tempered, hot-headed balloons out of the air? And I know just the person to assist us in the effort. Just a moment now. Say no more, Master Hermanja. I stand ever at the ready, my friends. Who goes there? Surely you have heard the tales of Thrice, brave leader of the Bombardiers and bane of bombards the realm over. Perhaps you haven't, but no matter. Pray rest assured that I and my companions will see safely return to your beaches. Buggo, too, he has come to save the day, and he has brought his fun little toys, trinkets, trifles, toys. Oh yes, Buggo has brought his toys that go boom. And I'm Rufaldotia. I may still be new to this adventuring business, but I promise you that what I lack in experience, I make up for in pluck, spirit, and determination. This whole mess is all my fault, and still so many of you have come to my aid. How can I ever repay you? Nonsense, my dear. The ice you brought was at our behest, and all will be forgiven when you fashion us the most delightfully frosted dessert Master Gangadrew has ever laid eyes on. Besides, the exploits of the bombard-busting adventurers are sure to bring even more good publicity to the guild. Then that settles it. Let's get out there and show that oversized ball of ice that the Isles of Endless Summer is no place for his ilk. Alright, so now we have to wait for the fates. I was gonna ask if you had your summer dance. What do I? I have nothing.
What a dance.
It's the Manderville man, dancing only in the way a Manderville can.
Oh, he has a sad bomb next to his name.
That's with Do Not Disturb.
Ah.
The only time that really ever gets thrown on is when you're doing the housing, when you're clicking the sign 1,000 times, because people will try and trade you so that you can't click the sign. Or whisper you.
Rude.
Yeah, people are very rude about housing. So you put on Do Not Disturb so you can't be messaged or anything. And harassed while you're trying to And do you think you're hotter than the polar bears in your heavy plate armor on the beach?
No.
It's your ears, they keep you cool.
Hello, Zaz.
Hello, Zach. go.
Oops. I didn't mean to stop.
Hello. Polar bear. Yep. You can good things that you can get it if you do the summer event starting in Limp Summer Mint. Yojimbo barding, ruby weapon barding, emerald weapon barding. Get all the horses barding, Nidhogg barding, gamblers barding. All the birds mount. Let's see. Behemoth barding. Oh, I freaking want that. Cruise chaser. Oh, yes. I don't have either of those. The construct. That's right. I don't have the construct or the. Oh God, I was grinding out the Unreal fights. We ground out Shiva so much, and I had the worst luck in getting the coin. So like, I'm like halfway there from doing it the Unreal way, or you can try your luck with the 3 lines in Wonder's Tales, and both are pretty rough. Especially with Leviathan being the current Unreal. I just don't feel like doing that 1,000 times with people that don't know how to do it. It's just so tiring. It was Titan last time, which is the easiest of the EX fights, and people just still couldn't do it. I was too tired. Remember that you have to say that you wanted to do the fate once it actually starts. You have to sync yourself for it. It's just the EX fights at level 80, but they're very heavily tuned, and actually, they're quite difficult, actually. I was actually surprised how overtuned or how tuned they were. So I was like, Jesus. If you don't do this fight perfectly, Shiva goes into a rage. That's absurd. The funniest thing about the Unreal stuff is the little dog. And there's a big joke that Sir Emmerich's face, his like resting bitch face, looks like a Shibu Inu face. And so you see this little guy, or he's like a little sandfox, I don't know. But you see him and you're like, Sir Emmerich, what have they done to you? Yeah, so they sink you down to 420, I think. Yeah, they sink you down to 420, and you do it at level 80. But it's very tight. I know. Sir Emmerich, what have they done to you? Yeah, so it was Shiva, Titan, and now it's Leviathan. Fuck, Leviathan EX. No, thank you. Leviathan EX is not hard. But I'm not strong enough. The look of relief and supreme satisfaction on your faces. Am I to surmise that you have succeeded in driving off the most baleful bombard? Yeah, you have to fight the bomb, but it's a big fate, so everyone sink down and just dodge the AoEs. Indeed, and we scarcely even broke a sweat in the doing. Isn't that right, Payono? Quite so, my friend. Though I dare say it wouldn't have been nearly so easy without a collie at our side. I can't thank you enough, my friend. You don't have to party. You just gotta get it done. And yet we must remain ever vigilant, for there is no telling when the dread creature's fiends may return to seek their vengeance. At any rate, the Isle of the Endless Summer is safe for now, and that is what matters most. You truly are heroes, all of you. Well, all's well that ends well, I say. And with that, I say it's time we retrieved our supplies from the beach. Splendid! Just you wait, my friends. Nekiki is going to prepare the most marvelous dessert this realm has ever seen. Yes. Yes, indeedy. And then you can continue doing the bomb fight for more adventures. I don't even know... Oh, they're not ready. I can't see what they have. Nekiki has a mind to whip up the finest dessert you've ever laid eyes on. Oh, Akali, I can't thank you enough. Were it not for you, I'd have been too busy running for my life to even think of making Master Gikijuru's dessert. All's well that ends well, and finally I can get down to what I was brought here to do. I promise you I'll be done before you know it, so why don't you and Poyono entertain yourselves for the time being? And while you're at it, perhaps you could call Master Gigajuru as well? I'm sure he's more than eager than any to see my masterpiece take form. Ah, Kali, truly impressive the way you chased off that bomber. Why, one would never imagine it was your first time taking part in the festivities. Thanks to you, I think we can safely say the guild's put on another impressive show this year. It's only a matter of time before our halls are overflowing with aspiring adventurers. Talk about making the best of a bad situation. Speaking of which, I heard Nekiki is nigh done with her delightful creation. I don't know about you, but I'm most eager to taste it myself. Believe it or not, I have something of a sweet tooth. Ah, golly, again, I thank you for your efforts in helping us dispatch the bombers. To think that such calamity would befall us on the eve of the festivities, but pray don't be so hard on Nekiki. She meant only to please, as she always has. Oh, and all the confusion, I forgot to mention but she's actually a childhood friend of mine. We used to play together by the shore, and one day, we were set upon by a vicious monster. We thought we were done for, but we were saved in the nick of time by a kindly adventurer who swiftly dispatched the beast and whisked us away to safety. That's when I vowed that one day I'd serve the guild and repay my debt to the brave soul who rescued me. Meanwhile, Nagaki was a genius in the kitchen since she was a girl. She chose the path of a culinarian in hopes of filling the bellies of adventurers all over with nourishing and toothsome snacks. In the end, she found her calling making sweets as opposed to the sort of hearty meals that you and I might favor, but that's rather fitting for her. She's always had an independent streak, after all. In any event, she's positively overjoyed that her latest creation will be presented front and center at the fair for adventurers all over to enjoy. More than anything, I'm just glad she's back with us, safe and sound. Yeah. So, the events are different every year. Sometimes they have, like, we fought bombs. I think this is our third year fighting bombs. Third or second year fighting bombs. But they're always different. There's always different rewards and always different storylines. And a lot of the people will return for new quests. So, like, Nekaki's new, but the dad and the little girl are previous summertime people. The lady with the kobold is new, or she's been here before. So you keep running into the same people and like expanding on storylines and whatnot, and it's really cute. Oh, but isn't the ever resourceful and oh so forgiving adventurer who we so anonymously tasked with gathering ingredients for our banquet. You also nutted on me. Let's not forget that part of our history. What's this you say? The fiends you have dispatched and my prized dessert is ready for the tasting? Why didn't you tell me sooner? You saw him do it to me, Zath. You came in right as he popped a bottle all over me. But perhaps it's best left forgotten. I refuse to stop bringing it up. Oh, it's you! You couldn't have come at a better time. I was just putting the finishing touches on my masterpiece. Pray wait just a moment, won't you? Oh, it's so cute. Adventurers, Eorzeans, fairgoers, friends, I am most proud to present my latest creation. I call it Costa del Helio, and I promise you that it will please your tongue even more than it does your eyes. It's just ice. It's ice with some fruit. And to make sure that it doesn't melt, as well as to help you all stay cool amidst the scorching heat, I leave you with a present for my furry friends. God, do you know what that reminds me of? Let's wait till I get my polar bear, and then I'll let you know what it reminds me of. Akali, well, did my dessert agree with you? After all the trouble I put you through, one can only hope so. Your friends put on quite the show. Now that's a relief to hear. If it provided you with true refreshment after all your travails, why, as a confectioner and culinarian, nothing would make me happier. I must further implore that it was simply ice with some fruit. Speaking of which, I had meant to tell you, ever since you chased off those bombards, my little friend here hasn't been able to take her eyes off of you. Just look at her face! It's as if she's saying, "Oh, misadventurer, what I wouldn't give to join you in your travels." Oh, truly, how kind you are. She'll be the most wonderful company on the road, I promise you that. And with that, I'd best get back to the kitchen. After all, adventurers from all corners of the realm have come to taste my latest, greatest creation. Until we meet again, a happy Moonfire Fair to you. I have had shaved ice, but that usually has, like, flavor on it. It was literally a block of ice, though, Zach. A block of ice.
She said it wouldn't melt.
And it won't melt, yeah. Thanks to your efforts, peace has returned to the beaches of Costa del Sol, and the festivities can commence in earnest. That is, until the bombard menace rears its ugly head. You may now purchase wares from the Moonfire vendor, participate in the fete appearing in the South Gate, a southeastern region of the fairgrounds, to earn vouchers that can be exchanged for goods. Say hello. Oh, I thought it was say hello to my little friend. Okay. Where's my bear? Bear. Let it go, let it go. That's all I can think of is that scene in Frozen, where she makes the big icicle on the floor, and then her dance number continues. Grilled corn! Yes! So you can buy the ice creation, you can buy some corn, and you can buy a cute little mask stall. These are all housing items, and then the usual fireworks. I'll do this on Casa. Or... Oh, you could buy them all in one. They gave you enough to do it only once. Unless you want fireworks. Nice, yeah. I'm not gonna worry about this too much. I can do this on Casa and get the things. Oh, do you like the punchy?
Buy them and give them to you?
You can't trade stuff like that. I have to do it on Casa anyway to get the polar bear mount. I never did the Make It Rain event, so I didn't get the emote on her. That's my bad. Ugh, I'll grab it for $2 next year. I don't have any job quests to do. I could technically do Summoner Installer, but I will wait. Because it's gonna be lengthy affair, and we're already half hour in. Oh, nice! Alright. To Yanxia. Disappeared into the night. Oh, he's so cute. He does a whole little thing. Oh, that's adorable. Hold on. I have to do it again. He's so majestic. Where are our friends? Even if there aren't any soldiers in this village, it would be foolish to simply stride in and announce ourselves. It seems peaceful enough to me. Gogetsu is demonstrating these still aren't good enough. 270? But they're level 62? Still not better than what you're wearing. Gogetsu is demonstrating an uncharacteristic restraint. Let no man claim that I am reckless. Prudence has ever been my watchword. Akali, venture closer, if you would, and confirm that there are no soldiers lurking about. I was already there, to be quite honest. Yeah, if I were you, I would fight what I can in Gunbreaker, even if you have to turn in quests on Warrior. It's a little annoying.
Yeah.
We may be in luck. I don't see a single Imperial soldier.
Then there is no need to remain hidden. Let us go and greet them as friends.
Oh, Dark Knight's so good, Zath.
I'm going too.
Good people of Namai, hearken to me. We come in peace and desire only information to learn of recent events.
I do too. That's why I'm excited for Endwalker. Endwalker is heavy Final Fantasy IV vibes. Cecil's armor's not in the game. If you give me a second, I'll show you. There's some Final Fantasy IV minions.
Isn't that the general?
I think we'll get a Cecil minion eventually. They just put out the twins. You get one twin for pre-ordering and the other twin for the collector's edition, I think. I'm really excited about Endwalker and Final Fantasy IV. I also am predicting that the twins are going to get fridged. If only because Final Fantasy IV.
Lord Gosetsu, Kami preserve your right. He lives.
I say, brothers and sisters, is aught amiss? Why do you regard me as one with a wild beast? Why is there fear in your eyes? Why do you tremble so? Ah, but of course, you fear me, a vengeful spirit of the dead. Rest assured, naught could be further from the truth. For am I not corporeal? Are my feet not firmly set upon the ground?
What should we do? If they catch him here, you know what will happen.
Of all the times for him to turn up, has the old fool lost his mind?
You! But why have you come here? What do you want from us?
I know not who you are to speak thus to your elders, boy, but mine only desire is to be received with the hospitality owed a humble traveler, not the fear and trepidation one might afford a wrathful shade.
What you going on about? Actually, never mind, just come with me, now!
It's like, you can't talk to me like that. Who is this boy, and where is he taking us? Judging from the reactions of the villagers, it's probably for the best that we left. I do not understand it. Was it not clear that we wished to remain a while? I don't know who you people think you are, but do you have any idea what would happen to us if you were found in our village? Again, you address us as one wanted spite. I have, let your impropriety pass until now, but no longer. Who are you, boy, to speak to me thus? Know you not who I am? I am Isaac of Namai, a farmer, like my father before me, and his father before him. I would expect a man like you to know, I wouldn't expect a man like you to know who I am, but I know you. We all do. Lord Kyan's retainer and leader of the rebellion, Gogetsu, notorious fugitive wanted dead or alive by the Empire. Is that what all of this is about? I'm hardly the first man to earn the ire of the Empire, nor will I be the last. Why, was not Namai home to brave and true warriors who fought beneath our banners for king and country? We fought, and they died, every last one, and then the Imperials came looking for more, because of them. They were this close to killing us all, to burning our village to the ground. We've only just begun to enjoy some semblance of peace. Never again. Never again. Do you understand? We've had enough of you and yours. Whatever it is you're plotting, leave us out of it. Impassioned as his pleas may be, surely he must know that I cannot leave things as they are. But for now shall respect his wishes. We must continue on towards our final destination, the House of the Fierce, proud headquarters of the Doman Liberation Front. There's a secret entrance to the north of Namai, by way of a small spring. Come, I will show you. No one in this game gets it. This must be the spring. Fat Cat is a Mog station. I know. And there I was thinking our swing days were behind us. This way, we must dive into the water. Have no fear, Collie, it is but a short distance. You need not hold your breath for long. Well, that's not even a concern, actually. Oh shit, I forgot. There we go.
Don't know how to dive.
Control space.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Where'd you get that boy?
Sildren?
Oh, I thought it was the The flap flap.
No, Sildra is the Rome Reborn Collector's Edition. How invigorating! Congratulations, my friend. You are come to the House of Fierce. The Hawaiian outfit was last year's event item. It had the big hat and the skirt. So every year, because the items are different, they get removed and they put them on the cash shop, so that even though you've missed the event, you can still buy them, even though they're not available in the game anymore. So and then they always put last year's items up this year for the first time, and then they'll stay there. So if you missed the polar bear, you can buy him. The soonest you can buy him is the next Moonfire Fair event. The Hawaiian outfit was last year, and the hula dance was last year, so you can buy them for the first time this year. Yeah, so even though you've missed out on things, they're not gone forever. So there's a lot of cute swimsuits that have happened through the years. There's a splash emote. Get it? Yeah. Let's see. It is not often that the Liberation Front Guard welcomes heroes from distant lands, but he is doing his best to compose himself. You are Kaliana, are you not? We were told of your coming. Heroes of Eorzea, we of the Doman Liberation Front are honored to receive you, if you would be so good as to follow me. The little sapling will disappear when you start Shadowbringers. You will be a sprout forever. The sprout is an important thing. It lets people know that it's most likely your first time in dungeons
This is
and
the
stuff.
House of the Fierce.
It's
There are so few of them.
Many kindred spirits remain in hiding following the rebellion. Many others gave their lives for their nation. We are a stubborn remainder.
Oh, don't feel bad about that.
Even accounting for our comrades in the field, we are at a fraction of our former strength, 'tis true. Yet we few are patriots. Brothers in arms, prepared to fight with every fiber of our being to set our people free.
Ever are we hopeful that others will join our cause, but never did I dream that you would journey so far.
Yukiri! Gods, it's good to see you. You look great, by the way. Have you been here long?
She's finally out of her, like, ratty purple clothing.
I returned but recently, having concluded my mission. Oh, it is good to see you again, my friends.
Did I hear aright? Your mission is concluded? Then you have found the young master.
Ere we speak of that, I would know by what fortuitous circumstance our friends came to be here.
Yeah.
The Empire's crimes are all too familiar. Lys, my heart goes out to your people.
She, so Aura, which is her race, I know, Aura, which were her race, were introduced in Heavensward, so they, like, sneak previewed her, kind of, in the ARR patches, and then she gets her full reveal, at the very, very end of ARR.
We wanted to stay and fight, believe me, but we knew it wouldn't work. We needed more time to rebuild, and more allies to stand with us against the Empire. So we decided to come here and help you free Doma. To show everyone that you're not alone, and that the Garleans can be beaten if we work together. I'd like to think we proved that in the Ruby Sea.
That you did, Lys, and far more besides. Needless to say, your assistance would be most welcome.
Hear, hear. Now then, Yugiri, you must tell me of your search for our master.
Lest you wonder, he speaks of Lord Hien, son of Lord Cayenne, who perished during the rebellion.
Ura were introduced in Heavensward. That was when the race first came to be. So, they previewed her in the ARR patches. And then she gets her full reveal at the very end of ARR.
When it became clear that all hope of victory had gone, Lord Hien bade us deliver as many of our people as we could to safety beyond our borders. But as his father's heir, he was determined to fight on, and so he did, until he suffered a grievous wound in battle and vanished without a trace.
And they were not. And actually, I don't remember when they were introduced, but Mikote could only be girls, and Hrothgar could only be... Not Hrothgar. Rogadin could only be males. So, male Catboys and female Rogadin are newish. Well, not newish, but they weren't in the base game either at the time.
Until now. For I have found Lord Hien, seen and spoken with him, on the Azim steppe.
Oh, boundless and merciful Kami, the young master lives. Tell me, was he well? Did his wound yet ail him? Where is he now? Have you brought him back to us?
You may take comfort in the knowledge that he is hale and whole. However, when I invited him to return with me to Doma, he had this to say. If Doma yet thirsts for the blood of patriots and tyrants, I shall offer unto her my blade. But if she has had her fill of bitter draughts, I shall offer unto her conquerors my head. Thrice did I declare to him that no true son or daughter of Doma would ever accept such a sacrifice. But for all my passion, he would not be swayed. Learn the truth of her heart and return to me, he said. And so I left him.
The words of one made to wear the mantle of leadership too soon. Yet there is wisdom in them all the same. If the people no longer yearn to be free, 'twould be folly to rekindle the fires of war.
To suffer our master, to surrender his life and forsake all hope of freedom is by far the greater folly. I will not go to face my fallen comrades having done naught to stop it.
Nor I, Shadow Walker, nor I. But we need not rouse our comrades to battle this day. Let us instead welcome our honored guests and allow them a moment of respite.
Nguri is very pretty. As you can see, they went through great lengths to disable the Aetherite. Apparently, in the twilight days of the rebellion, they feared that Xenos would be willing to risk sending unattuned conscripts. That said, it is hardly irreversible. They have the necessary materials. It would be a challenge to repair it alone, but perhaps with my brother's help. You should hear this, Akali. He was just telling me about Xenos and the rebellion. What you have to understand is that it was not a simple matter of numbers. The bulk of the 12th never even took the field. It was Xenos' stratagems that won the war. They were unlike anything we had ever seen. His formations were unorthodox, bewildering. We honestly thought we had him on the back foot. One moment we were pressing home our advantage, the next we were surrounded and at his mercy. And then he stood before us, his cornered prey, alone and unarmed. He beckoned us to come forward and fight for our lives. One by one, my comrades charged, fearless and unflinching. He would dance amidst their blades for a time, and then draw close, as if to embrace. One after another, he made us watch. Do you understand? He made us watch. What kind of monster enjoys killing people? I do not think there was any joy in it, nor justice, nor morality, nor meaning. To him, the weight of one life is no different than that of 1,000. A challenge had been issued and was accepted, but on finding us no challenge at all, his objective changed. There were tales of Imperial soldiers being flayed for slaughtering families, for breaking brave men's spirits. Only later did I come to understand why. He did not desire obedience, he desired hate, and men consumed by it. A new battle, a new enemy, a new challenge. The hunt, I am told he called it. A hunt without end. And when all our best lay dead and broken, he left. He left muttering that we had bored him. But our weapons at least held his interest, for he took a fallen samurai sword, having grown fond of it. Since that day, he has wielded far eastern blades. He is said to be fascinated by ones with storied histories, and so soldiers who seek to curry his favor often present those of defeated enemies as gifts. It's like it's all a game to him. People are suffering, dying, and he's collecting swords. We all feel the same, but my lady, you must understand. On the battlefield, reasons do not matter. The victor is not the just, but the strong, and the strong become the heroes of the tale. We were not strong enough. It is not sufficient to be right. Without strength, our path has but one end. If it's strength we need, then it's strength we'll get. We can't lose to him again. Super. Greetings and well met, friend. If you have questions regarding the House of the Fierce, I should be glad to answer you to the best of my ability. Though our resources are limited, our stronghold is secure. You may rest and recover here in safety. Mayhap a brief respite is in order. When I was 20 years younger, these wounds would not warrant a second glance. Alas, no samurai has the strength to defeat the villain old age. But what say you to the House of the Fierce? Compared to your rising stones, I concede it may seem somewhat lacking, but it has been a haven these past 10 years to all who would set Doma free. Regrettably, our efforts in the time have come to little and less. When the Emperor died, we were so sure of the hour of our liberation was at hand, but Zeno soon put paid to that, and with the aid of Yoyetsu and the secrets she told. Akali, I do hope you have taken this opportunity to rest and recover. It is well that you spoke with one of the survivors of the massacre. To defeat one's foe, one must first understand his true nature. As the Alamigan's resistance has struggled, so too has the Doman Liberation Front. More so, perhaps, given the precarious situation we find ourselves in the wake of our doomed rebellion. We are few, and our enemies legion. We are weak, and they are strong. Yet with your help, I believe there is little we cannot achieve. I only hope the depth of our predicament has not shaken your commitment to our cause. Never. Victory will be ours. Aye, that it will. With the hero of Eorzea on our side, we cannot lose. Oh no. Oh no, no. Yaguri would like to have a word with you. Now then, I should be glad to discuss our next course of action. Though now that I think on it, I myself have been away from Doma for some time, and even after my return, the search for Lianhian commanded my full attention. Mayhap it would be to both our benefit if we were to see the reality of Doma for ourselves. Or did my lord not bid me to learn the truth of her heart? I know, it was so bad with the little ear slots. Let us do this together, Akali. Let us go among the people with our own eyes bear witness to their hardship. As a foreigner in these lands, your reputation does not precede you. Moreover, unlike Ogetsu, I can accompany you without attracting unwarranted attention. I'd like to join you, if that's alright. By all means, we should be glad of your company and your perspective. Namai is not far. I say we begin there. I can't ride a mountain here? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh boy! Yagiri told me to wear this outfit. My legs haven't felt this light and airy in ages. Oh golly, I'm glad to see that you've put thought into your garments, given the covert nature of our activities. I should think my reason's obvious. To enter the village while wearing the garb of the shinobi would be beyond reckless. We shall pose as traveling merchants, Akali as our leader, and we as her assistants. Are there any objections? I'm not really the merchant type, but if you think this is the best way to go about it, I'll trust you. Then without further ado, let us begin. Weren't you the one who came with the general? No? I see. My mistake. It warms my heart to see traveling merchants in Namai again. Though the Imperials never seal our borders, folks like you have taken to avoiding Yanxia ever since the rebellion. Unfortunately, that has only made it harder for us to survive. You may have noticed, but we lack for a great many things. It's not much better than before, true, but it has only gotten worse. I'm no merchant. I am a dancer.
That is to say, a conduit.
You, a merchant? Forgive me for my skepticism, but you strike me less a woman of commerce and more of a common sellsword. I will give my best impression of Hancock. That does little to assuage my doubts, and if anything makes me clutch my coin purse tighter. I have not convinced her. I stand corrected. Such a warm and cordial nature you possess. I pray you forgive me for my earlier rudeness. It has been some time since the Viceroy came to our village to purge it of insurgents. Those who resisted suffered terribly, and those who did not fared little better. We who remain know better than to risk her ire. If the Imperials demand laborers, we comply. If they demand conscripts to send us soldiers to other provinces, we obey. Ours is a difficult life, with little in the way of luxuries. I know not that what you sell, merchant, but I doubt that I or anyone else here can afford it. A traveling merchant? With meat, perchance? Bah! Better not to know when I have so little coin. I feel your eyes upon me. You know not the Lupin? Surely you have been long and young, else you would. For generations we served the lords of Doma, compassionate and wise as they were. But the memories of such time fade with every passing day, as others will tell you. Foreign peddlers? In Namai? Whatever it is you sell, I have no money to buy. Perhaps you should go elsewhere. Oh, shit. There is a Doman enclave, of course, that lies beyond the dire Moon Gates. Needless to say, the Imperials are disinclined to let any but their own pass. I skipped dialogue again, because I am bad. I am very glad, Zap. I've seen those looks before. The same weary hopelessness. It's just like Alagana. It's polar bear time. Akali, what have you learned? Lise and I encountered much the same. They have been pushed beyond the brink. I expected frustration and disillusionment, but not so much that they would come to question the wisdom of opposing Imperial rule in the first place. Unless we can convince them otherwise, I fear I cannot convince Lord Heen to return, and without him... Yuguri is uncertain how best to proceed. Oh, 273. This will be better than what you're currently wearing, I believe, right? 270?
We will see when I have to change back and accept it.
Yep. Yuguri is uncertain how best to proceed. Let us not yet lose hope. Though the situation in Namai is bleak, mayhap it is not so elsewhere. I wish to speak with others outside the village. Lise and I will look for farmers in the paddies to the east. Akali, I ask that you look to the south. Surely they cannot have all given in to despair. Ooh, double EXP fade. Do you want to do it on Gunbreaker?
Do.
Let's do it. Oh, thank you. A white mage came to my rescue. Elephant mount is a Stormblood mount. It's from a beast tribe. That white mage saved my entire game, and probably yours a couple times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you hadn't come along, I don't know what I would have done. What am I doing out here? Oh, looking for flowers. I need some for my parents' grave. One of the ones my brothers and I usually bring are yellow because it was my mother's favorite color. You haven't seen any, have you? I think we want to go this way. Am I wrong? Oh, I am very wrong. Okay.
There's also an aether current over here.
Hmm? I'm being hassled. Sir. Everyone's got beef. But he could become a beautiful butterfly.
And then everything will be better.
And then everything will be better. Whoops.
I almost attacked that lightning sprite.
Oh, my dad's about to make that happen regardless.
Can't believe I've done this.
My AoE is just so big. Ooh, lightning crystals.
Can't get out of it fast enough.
Only yellow ones will do. Mother wouldn't have wanted anything else. Ah, you found some. Thank you so much, miss. That's twice you've saved me now. If you have if you have some time to spare, maybe you could come with me. I'm sure mother and father would want to meet the woman that showed me so much kindness. We buried them on a cliff to the west of the village. There's a path there, through the terraces. I'll show you. I know, people always act like you have all the time in the world to spare. Ooh, a B rank. Something has gone wrong.
Give me uppies.
How do we get further uppies? Oh, this way. I don't think I'm going the right way. God damn it, I'm right back where I started. I don't know where to go. Do you know where to go?
I have no clue. I'm just gonna kinda run and maybe figure it out.
Oh, I kind of see the path. We had to go further into the town, it looks like. Yeah, Sprightly's right. It's just time for you to start climbing on shit. You can do it. Just brute force it. Yeah, you're gonna want to come back this way.
Oh, I gotta go all the way back to the Aetherite?
Yep.
Oh.
You really do gotta mountain goat it. Oh, you went far.
Yeah.
So you want to cross the bridge, and then there's like this path that you can take up against the mountain. There you go. She did say through like the patties, and I was like, oh, surely not.
Hold on. I'll talk to her later.
We're here. Just give me a moment to put down the flowers, and I'll introduce you. They love to meet travelers and hear tales of faraway places. Maybe you could tell them once about your homeland. You know, your gamer nut. When you really pop off. Azami! Azami! Are you there, Azami? What? You should not be here. Get away from my sister. That's fair. Don't be so rude. She saved me from monsters, brother. She even helped me pick flowers for mother and father. Go back to the village, now. You're scaring me. I said go. Stay inside and lock the door until I return. Don't think me ungrateful. My sister is the only family I have. If you saved her, then thank you. But it changes nothing. I asked you to leave, and now I'm asking you again. I'm not going to report you to the Imperials or anything stupid like that, but it's too dangerous for you to stay here. So please, I'm begging you, just leave us alone. She said your parents were buried here. So she told you, did she? Yes, that's right. My mother and father believed in the rebellion. They left to fight for Lord Kyan. They came home on a cart, driven by Imperial soldiers. The soldiers demanded that the families of the insurgents present themselves, or else they'd burn the whole village to the ground. So we did. What choice did we have? They beat us in the village square with their hands, with sticks, with anything. They kicked us while we lay on the ground, begging for mercy. They made us denounce my mother and father, call them fools, call them traitors, so they say they deserve to die. I heard them laugh, but I dared not look up. One leaned close and whispered in my ear that what he'd do to my sister if they had to come back. They're gone, but they're never far. All it takes is the wrong word in the wrong ear, and they'll return. And then I'll have to dig another grave, if I'm lucky. Whatever you came here to do, leave us out of it. If you want to fight the Imperials, go and fight them on your own. You can't help us. No one can. All this is and this is all we've got, so please don't take it from us. Get in. Get in the whale.
Well, don't leave yet. There's something over here for you.
Oh. Well, now there's no whale for us to get into. It's very pink and it's very poofy. Yes, look at it. Poof. Goodbye forever. You know where goodbye forever comes from, right?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay. We'll get a pause and I'll tell you the story of Smashy. I will tell you in a sec. What's wrong, Akali? Did something happen? You come at a good time, Akali. We but recently completed our inquiries. What of yours? I was not aware of these events. The boy... he told you all of this? Such disgraceful, despicable crimes. If I knew the men responsible, I would not hesitate to hunt them down and... Forgive me, that outburst was unbecoming. The more I learn of the Imperial's actions in my absence, the more difficult I find it to marshal my emotions. Could Lord Hayne have foreseen this? That our people's spirits would be broken so? Though at first I scoffed at his pronouncement, it feels all too possible now that I might resolve to surrender himself. Yuguri is troubled by what she has seen. Despite everything we have seen and learned, I refuse to renounce this cause. We should return to the House of Fierce and consult with our comrades. Perhaps together we might... Did you hear that? Quickly, we must find a place to hide. Is someone coming? I didn't hear anything. Behind me, Akali. They come from the south.
Imperials.
Why are you milling about like a pack of slack-jawed mongrels? Form a line! Now! Finally. I come before you today to deliver an announcement of the highest import. So listen well. While on a charitable mission to Isari village, the acting viceroy and her personal guard came under attack from Confederate forces. This brazen, unconscionable act cannot and will not go unanswered. As loyal subjects of the Empire, who enjoy her safety and prosperity, you have a duty to defend her as well. There is no cause for alarm. We have no intention of sending ill-trained fodder to the front line. Those who are selected will be expected to perform rudimentary tasks, cleaning and maintenance and so forth. You will serve only as long as you are needed. Afterwards, you'll be free to return to your homes. You first.
The Empire has no pressing need of cleaners. This is but a thinly veiled attempt to intimidate those who supported the Confederacy's actions, and isolate any whose loyalty they already suspect.
And lastly, you. That should suffice for now.
Don't worry. I will be back before you know it. Listen to the elders while I'm away, and do not play outside the village. Everything is going to be fine. I love you, all right? Remember that I love you.
We thank you for your cooperation. Rest assured that this will all be over very soon, once the Confederacy has been made to pay our own ruby tithe.
There's no telling what might happen to those people. We have to help them.
And we shall, but before all else, we must needs ascertain their destination. I doubt this is the first village the Garleans have visited, nor is it like to be the last. I will track these men. Will you help me? Pray return to our headquarters and tell the others what you saw here. Should we have need of reinforcements, I would know that they are ready.
But I should be going with you. I came here to fight!
Soon enough, Lise. Soon enough. For now, we must proceed with caution.
I know that. I do. It's just... when I saw them rounding those people up... Look, if anything happens, anything at all, you'd better call for us. I mean it, Yugiri. Anything at all.
Regardless of what the officer claimed, I fear they have crueler designs for these people. With me, Akali, we must hurry. Given the circumstance, we must make every effort to refrain from needless violence. Here, it is Shinobi's tool for when a more discreet approach is required. Use it with these darts. They are coated with alchemical reagent that induces a deep sleep. There are soldiers patrolling ahead. Were circumstances different, we could engage them directly, but for the villagers' sake, we dare not risk it. We will use our blowguns to incapacitate them. Regardless of your familiarity with such weapons, you are a veteran warrior, and I am sure it will come naturally to you. Nevertheless, practice is in order. There, the soldier on the hill below. Take aim and fire. If the dart finds its mark, he should fall within moments. Search your surroundings for the Imperial soldier. You can move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the soldier with the blowgun with the mouse button. Wouldn't let me do a headshot. I think that's true. Well done, my friend. Now give me your map. There is a vantage point from which you may observe and fire upon the other soldiers. Worry not. I shall be with you every step of the way, keeping watch for other patrols. We shall speak again on the other side of the river. Easy. The last Imperial soldier crumbles to the ground, asleep. You put away your blowgun and prepare to rejoin Yuri.
But won't it be suspicious that all these Imperial soldiers are asleep?
They just took a little nappy nap.
But all of them?
Oh, look at a little nappy nap. Don't even worry. Excellent work, Cully. They appear to be none the wiser. The villagers are being held in Castrum to the south, Fluminous. Once it was the base of operations for the Garlean occupation, until 10 or so years ago, when they relocated to Doma Castle. Now the Castrum serves as little more than a storage facility. I spy 2 sentries near the gate. As you've proven yourself to have impeccable aim, I would ask that you incapacitate them. This very hill should afford you a clear shot. What's all this then? Oops. The two sentries slumber side by side. No others appear to be forthcoming. Oh, Yugiri's gonna want to talk to us about that. I jumped off the wrong side of the mountain.
I trusted you.
I know. Sometimes it's okay to do that. Sometimes I'm wrong. Fine work, Akali. You have a gift for the ways of the shinobi. The way is clear. Let us move closer and see what has become of the villagers. But I am shinobi. Just not right this second. Sir, the aunt from the other villages are assembled for inspection. Very good, I will dress them personally. Attention! Shortly you will all be transported to the facility on the distant shore. Your duties, as you have been previously informed, will be rudimentary in nature. More specifically, you will be tasked with the repair and maintenance of various arms and armaments, as well as Magitech devices. Magitech? But we're farmers. We don't know the first thing about Magitech. It'd take us months, if not years, to learn how to do that kind of work. The material in question was damaged when your kith and kin rose up in the rebellion. Therefore, you bear responsibility for its repair. If you cannot perform your duties, you will learn how. And if you cannot learn how, then your villages may find themselves at the mercy of the Confederacy and other radical elements. Is that what you want? Deal with this rabble. I am needed at the castle. This is no temporary measure. Those men and women will die in servitude. Once they are taken to the other facility, it will be too late. If we are to intervene, we must do so now. Agreed? Then let us be about it. Were the gloves that you got for tank better than the ones you were wearing?
Yes.
They were? Okay, then I should start grabbing the healer stuff. Oh boy. Oh shit, I didn't lock that. Yugiri is in her element. Despite the urgency of the situation, we must still proceed with the utmost caution to ensure the safety of the villagers. To wit, we must infiltrate the castrum without raising the alarm. We will deal with any soldiers near the entrance. Stand watch for the others approaching from the north until you hear my signal. For mercy, you spy no Imperial patrols bound for the castrum. A hawk's cry pierces the silence. Yugiri is waiting. Speak softly, lest the others hear us. What of the outside? Good, we must proceed as planned. These ones shall not wake soon. However, the others are too close to the villagers. Incapacitating them, as I did these ones, is far too risky. Fortunately, a solution presents itself. I would have you disguise yourself as an Imperial soldier and convince them that a changing of the guard is in order. You have your pick of uniforms. They shall not protest. This uniform appears to be more or less your size. I wonder which one's going to be your size. You are tall. With all due care and consideration, you relieve the sleeping soldier of their uniform. You have chosen one to your liking, then? Excellent. I shall hide these ones where none will find them. Our sleeping beauties have been laid to rest in their bunks. Oh, and while I was in the barracks, I happened upon these spare uniforms, in case the items in your possession are not to your liking. The Kabuto and Teko should match the Yawagi and Hamaka and Choka in your possession. And with that, you have a full set. I am sure once you change it will seem as though it was bespoke. You will need to give the soldiers, villagers, guarding the villagers, a proper Imperial salute to complete the deception and convince them to come here, where I will be waiting to deal with them. This top is my favorite top, and I love wearing it.
Oh, my armory chest is full.
I wear this top constantly on class. You can't wear the helmet though, can you?
My armory chest and bags are completely full, so I'm having
Oh
a
no!
time trying to get everything on. I don't even remember where they were. There we go.
What a good laugh. I thought you just cleared out your bags.
Yeah, and then I did more crafting.
Alright, I'm gonna go grab a drink, and then hopefully you will have sorted your situation by then.
It's just head, body, legs, and footies, right?
There are also hands. There's there's everything.
Oh, and a waist as well?
No, no, no.
Okay, okay.
Are you good?
Think so. What was the... Oh, there is no waist fit, right?
No.
Okay. I'm ready.
Watch out for the dogs, because they can still attack you. Is it that time already? Not that I'm complaining, mind, but I thought all the others would be gone longer. Changing of the guard, is it? And about bloody time. Just looking at these on is making me depressed. Reminds me of when I was in their shoes, pissing myself in fear. I do too. You can't wear those hats. These ones shall sleep soundly along with the others. And with that, there are no more soldiers to trouble us. You can dispose of that accursed uniform too. It is time to guide the villagers to freedom. I actually love this uniform for glamour purposes, but if you really don't want any of the pieces, you can toss them.
It is very cool.
I love the top. Let's get the heck out of here. Yeah, the boots. I love the top. I have I use the top constantly for stuff. I don't have a lot of gloves that I like, so I use those a lot too for tanky stuff. There's just not a lot of good stuff. My biggest problem with gloves is that they go over
Listen
sleeves.
to me, all of you. We have dealt with the Imperials for now, but you must flee this place quickly.
Yeah, my problem with gloves as of late is that, like, so I have, like, really pretty white mage gloves and stuff, but they always go over the sleeves of your outfits, and they don't look very good, so I need things that go under the sleeves, and there's not a whole lot of those. It's tough. It's tough as life is hard. And then I like God, I use the 2B boots for everything these days, because I like a good heel and thigh highs, and 2B boots deliver.
Dealt with them? Oh no. You didn't kill them, did you?
Are you mad? There's no escaping the Empire. Running will only make it worse.
To stay is to die. You know this to be true. Even if you lack the will to fight, surely you have the will to live! Or has that, too, been beaten out of you? Is this what has become of Doma?
You were Lord Hien's retainer, trained to fight without fear and obey without question. Well, we're not. We're lost and afraid. We hate this, all of this, but we can't do a damn thing to change it. And trying will only make it worse. It's a pathetic existence, but it's all we got. And when people like you come here pretending it can be different, it doesn't help, all right?
Peace, boy. Peace. She came to help, and for that we should be grateful.
Elder, your face.
We all have scars. Some too many to bear. Too many battles. Too much lost, our friends, our family, even our liege. We who survived are forced to bend the knee, to sell our souls and surrender our dignity. How are we to lift our heads when this shame weighs so heavily upon us? Your courage, your resolve, they are as salt in our wounds.
If they only knew what you would do for them, my lord. You have made your plight clear, and I shall impose my will no more. But know this, brothers and sisters of Doma. For all you have suffered, for all the horror and the ignominy, you are still here. You are still alive. My lord prays you value your life as highly as he does. As for me, I swear by all the Kami in creation that I will free you from this torment, no matter the cost.
If the Imperials come for me, I will tell them we were tricked by an Ori woman.
Tell them whatever you must to keep your loved ones safe.
Why would you... After everything...
Gary is at a loss for words. Apologies, Akali, I was lost in thought. Mayhap they have the right of it. Mayhap we are fools for urging them to rise once more. And I have to believe that in their hearts they still... Now is not the time. We must finish what we started. I have in my possession a powerful medicine that befuddles the mind and memories. We must administer it. The medicine will leave the soldiers confused and unable to clearly recall recent events. They will suspect that they fell asleep at their posts and be reluctant to discuss it with others. It is not more than a temporary measure, but we dare not kill them for the sake of the villagers. 10 to the last who I put to sleep. I shall see to the others. Just a few more years. Mother, is that you? want to go home.
What happened to you down there?
I jumped down.
Oh.
So I didn't have to run through the castrum again.
Forgive me for making you search. It calms me, the sound. It helps me to remember the sway of the ocean when I close my eyes. Despite the many great and noble things I said, in truth I am not of Doma. I was born beneath the waves of the Ruby Sea. To think that you were there, that you even spoke with my mother and father. They are in good health, then. The knowledge is of great comfort to me.
We have them. They showed us your baby pictures and everything.
That I might have the strength to protect my home from the Empire, I left to learn the secrets of the shinobi. Day and night we trained, ever striving to exceed our mental and physical limits. After a time, my skills were recognized, and I was dispatched to assist the Doman Liberation Front. It was then that I met Lord Kaien and his son, and their loyal samurai, Gosetsu. Good men all, brave and true, so clear their eyes, so pure their purpose. Any shinobi would have been proud to serve them and Doma. But, in the end, I will always be of the sea. Every day, I pray for my home and for the people I left behind, that they might be spared the wages of war and live in peace, untouched by this madness. I confessed this to Lord Hien once. Do you know what he said to me? He said, "Good. We are better for the conviction of our allies, and draw inspiration from their example. What is weak alone may together grow stronger." Never did I lose faith in them. Even when all was lost and I led our people to Eorzea, I clung to the belief that our dream would one day be realized. But when I gazed into those eyes bereft of hope, when those broken men balked at liberty, the dream was shattered.
It will not always be so.
So I pray, and thus do I labor to see a new day dawn, regardless of my misgivings. When all is said and done, we can but carry on, together. An Imperial airship. It is bound for Doma Castle. Quickly, we must rejoin the others.
You okay back there, Jimmy?
Yee.
Come, come. We must tell the others of this airship, or hear what they know of it.
There you are. What happened? Are the villagers all right?
We freed them, along with many others. Gosetsu, we spied an airship bound for the castle. Know you aught of it?
Aye, that we do. The Crown Prince is come to Doma.
We suspect this is a result of recent events in Girabania. Our defeat notwithstanding, there appears to be some concern in Garlemald that subversive elements may be rallying in other provinces. Though Yotsuyu governs Doma, Xenos remains the province's anointed viceroy, and it would seem he has come to assess the current situation in person.
If Xenos is here, we must seize this opportunity and kill him.
Would that it were so simple, Lady Yugiri. You may recall that we encountered Xenos at Rolga's Reach. We have seen firsthand what he can do. His power defies explanation. He faced the Alliance, the Resistance, and the Scions, and he defeated us all. We survived and learned from the experience, it is true. But if we are to defeat him, it will not be through simple opportunism. We will require a flawless plan.
We know his strengths. A prodigious swordsman trained from childhood by the finest Imperial tutors, reputed to be without equal on the battlefield, which is why we must not meet him there. Nay, we keep to the shadows, the domain of the shinobi, and thence we strike. You need only give me the chance.
Were this but a matter of personal revenge, I would not presume to bar your path, for I myself crave that same vengeance. But to draw steel against the Emperor's son is a grave decision, and one that will shape our nation's future. Do not forget Lord Hien's words.
What, that we should sheathe our swords if the people lack the will to fight? I will not squander this opportunity. If we do naught, our master's life is forfeit.
Even should you succeed, Xenos' death will not win Doma her freedom. More likely, her doom. Can we defend our people against the Empire's retribution? We few against a legion? Do not be a fool, child!
Mayhap I am a fool with foolish dreams of a future that will never be. But I cannot, I will not forsake them!
Yugiri, wait!
This is
What
incredibly
now?
stupid. Everyone is right, and Yugiri is wrong. If they succeed in killing Xenos, the Empire will raze this city to the ground, and not a soul will be left alive. There will be no stopping that. They will kill everyone, without mercy or prejudice. They will all die. Damn, you're right, Sprightly. Which one looks cuter? I do love me a skirt. All warriors must choose their own path, as Gogetsu well knows. I will not pursue her. It is for her to think on our master's words and recognize the futility of her course. Those at least are my thoughts upon the matter. Yours may be different. Should you wish to give chase, I will not bar your path. We each have but one life, and it is not to be spent recklessly in pursuit of our goals. I pray she realizes this soon. Q, in your expert opinion, how do you think this is gonna go?
Horribly.
I thought her possessed of greater sense than this. Why is she so eager to risk everything with this mad plan? To shreds, you say? Valley of the Fallen Rainbow is a good name for a zone. Or like an area. Absolutely, smart. Did Gogetsu send you to stop me? Then you came of your own free will. I should be surprised if you agreed with my chosen course. No one else did. But it is not as fanciful as they would have you believe. Scant moments ago, I received the Crown Prince's itinerary from one of the spies in the castle. It would seem that Xenos has no desire to remain in Doma any longer than necessary. He wishes to inspect the moon gates this very eve. His impatience is to our advantage. He arrived without warning and gave Yoyetsu no time to prepare. The whole castle is in a state of upheaval. To avoid any delay, he has declined a full escort, and it will be traveling with no more than a handful of soldiers. The Kami could not have blessed us with more auspicious circumstances. I will kill him, Akali. I will. Not alone. I know the odds. I know what he's capable of, and that in an open confrontation, I will likely die. But if I do not, if I succeed, then countless lives will be saved. Doma, Alamigo, everything will change. One life for that world is a price I would pay 1,000 times over. What is it? Why are you looking at me like that? Do you mean to join me? Thank you. Thank you. I cannot well express what this means to me. We have much to discuss, but we can do so on the way. Yakuza Manor is some distance away from here. We must hurry. Yakuza Manor.
Yuzuka.
Yuzuka? Or Yakuza? Stay calm. No one knows you were here. No one knows you saw anything. No one knows you overheard two rebels plotting to kill the Crown Prince. Stupid, stupid, stupid. You know how this ends, and they have only themselves to blame. You have to tell them. You have to. Oh, we're super screwed. This will be fine. And definitely no one's gonna die. They don't just kill people in Final Fantasy XIV.
That's not true.
I know. I'm lying. What? A /S.
You can't do that.
They would never kill Yukiri.
I might be. Oh no. We'll see who gets flying in the end.
I know, it'll be you. Oh, you went a completely different route.
Yeah.
Did you go all the way around?
No, I went straight.
Tragic.
What do you mean? Am I not here first?
No, it's fine. It was a different joke. Oh, you're not here first.
Well, I see you. I'm up high.
This is far enough. Let us discuss our plan of attack. Oh, interesting. Congratulations to you. Oh, I'm in a state. I need more clothing before I have to take White Mage actually out anywhere. It's so bad. Oh, you're not too much better with your skirt.
Listen, I'm gonna take it off as soon as I can. Because I'm running around as Gunbreaker.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, those are cute. Yugiri has made her choice, and so have you. Xeno's itinerary is as follows. He will depart Doma Castle by ship and approach the moon gates. The Magitech field will be deactivated briefly, allowing his vessel to pass. It will then continue on to these very docks, where he and his entourage will disembark. As you can see, this area is not ideal for an ambush. Wide open, multiple avenues of escape. The manor is better suited to our needs. Let us split up and search for a suitable hiding place. Q, how have you been enjoying Gunbreaker?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, do you really?
Mm-hmm. The combos are very forgiving. And that's not the same with Warrior. Like, I can do 2 of my combo, like, do a few of my AoE and then go back and finish the combo.
Yeah, and Q's a warrior. I think it's all this. Martyr is the baby form, but yeah, she eventually became a warrior. Do you think you'll stick with it? I know you like the big axe, though.
I don't know.
I'll get you up to snuff. the only hit point that matters is the last one. Surrounded by walls and deserted, this location appears to be ideal for concealment. Their LB is cooler than Warriors do. Ah, there you are. From the roof, we have a clear view of the docks. It is settled. We shall lie in wait here until Xenos arrives. As discussed, if all goes to plan, he shall fall with my first blow. If not, then the two of us will have to engage him in open combat. His escort is of no consequence, which means that we will have a 2-to-1 advantage. Nevertheless, he is not to be underestimated. Goodbye, Jojo. Do I want to dance, or do I want to heal? Oh, fuck it, I'll dance. Oh, jeez. I saw Cruise Chaser and I was like, what? All that remains is to wait. I trust that you are ready. You're gonna want to switch to warrior.
You're a little under this level. Do you want to proceed? I'm like, yes. I'm going in.
Oh, you're going in on Gunbreaker?
Yeah.
Ooh. Be mindful. You're underleveled and undergeared.
I have my own heal.
That's true, you do.
He comes.
Alright, here goes.
The village is not far, my lord. If it please you, we shall escort you there directly.
A very good joke, Sprightly.
Sprightly's funnier than anybody I know.
Less a province than a graveyard. The rotting husk of a broken nation devoid of proper sport. But as his radiance wishes...
Yes, of course, my lord. And may I say how terribly sorry we are that you had to come so far.
We labored long to sow the seeds of hatred, of fear, to train them as beasts. Now we shall see the harvest. Let there be savage beasts baying for blood, and not hollow-eyed prey cowering in the dark, or there will be no joy in this hunt.
Shinobi? And me without my brute.
How weak you are. Is this the sum of your hate?
This is only the beginning. For Lord Kayed! For Doma! Ah!
Mayhap I shall test this new blade of yours. Let us hope it is to my liking, lest your misfortunes compound. Then again, I am loath to expend such effort on the unworthy. Come, earn the honor.
Oh, fuck.
This day you die! Leave this to me.
All right. Let us put you to the proof.
No, I must fight on. I must.
Run, beast, run! Give me something to remember. Run, beast, run! Don't stop now.
I'm making a lot of
Run, beast, run! Give me something to remember. I see. Ah, I remember you, Al Amigo, the champion of the savages.
Look ye where the sun doth rise, see crimson embers darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall, see azure lost amidst the squall.
Oh, how right I was to spare your life. Hear me, hero. Endure. Survive. Live. For the rush of blood. For the time between the seconds, live. For the sole pleasure left to me in this empty, ephemeral world, live! You are not worthy.
them, you Imperial dog!
No, don't. You must flee.
We're not going anywhere, do you hear me? We're not running away! What you're doing is stupid and reckless, and I never wanted any part of it, but here we are! I've spent my whole life hating myself. For every time they made me beg, for every time I held my tongue to protect the people I love. And then you came along and reminded me of all the things I never said and never did, and it was even worse. I would have given anything to forget, to walk away, but I knew I'd never be able to live with the guilt. So we came, all of us, for you, for ourselves, for Doma!
Death is death, regardless of the reason. Yet you seem determined to die, intruding upon this sacred ground, turning weapons you can scarcely wield upon me. Your lives will not even begin to redress the balance.
How wrong you are! Go, now! Guzetsu, see to Yugiri.
Aye.
I can't see a damn thing. Someone stop them! My lord?
"'Twas not that will not heal with time." It's all right. Here, have some water. Sneeze. I don't think we were followed. Gods, I have no idea what was going through that man's head, but I am heartily glad he decided to leave. Oh, and don't thank us. Thank Alphino. He's at the House of the Fierce, patiently awaiting your gratitude. You should have seen the way he turned pale when he heard about Yugiri's plan, and how you, of all people, had decided to help her. He was in such a panic, barking orders, calling for a squadron to be assembled. As were you. I was rather composed, as I recall, though that is neither here nor there. Right, everyone ready? Are you able to do it on little baby Gunbreaker? Yeah, nice. Is is beside himself with emotion. Can you believe it? We faced the Crown Prince himself and lived to tell the tale. You have no idea what this means for us. Everyone's talking about getting more weapons and armor, and we're not going to stop until we've taken back our homeland. Alright, getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we? We got a wounded to tend to first, and we should get back to the village. How are you feeling? After fighting that demon, I can only imagine. I suppose I ought to apologize to you for you know. Anyway, thank you for not giving up on us. The Shinobi too.
How are you feeling, my lady?
Much the better for my comrades' ministrations and your most generous hospitality. You need not worry.
Good. If there is anything else we can do for the two of you, anything at all, just ask.
Stare any harder and you're like to burn a hole in them. Go and say your piece, for goodness sake.
I've got nothing more to say to them. I'm going to find out how the others are getting on.
Gosetsu, Mistress Alize, I owe you an apology. I acted with reckless disregard for my own safety, and endangered I know not how many others in so doing. Scorning your wise counsel, I knowingly defied our master's wishes, and left you no choice but to follow suit.
Nonsense. I followed our master's wishes to the letter. Consider once more his words, and the intent therein. In offering his head, he but sought to shield his people from harm, loyal retainers included. You must value your life more highly, Shadow Walker.
On the other hand, your recklessness did serve as an inspiration to many. Mayhap you should not be so hard on yourself. In any event, if you must apologize profusely, it seems only right that you expend as much effort thanking the one person who supported your plan from the first.
That it does. There are no words which will suffice. But thank you.
And there they are!
12 be praised. When I learned of your rather questionable plot to assassinate Xenos, I feared we would need to recruit a new primal slayer.
I'm sorry we couldn't be there. Alize made me swear to stay behind no matter what. I think she was worried I'd hurl myself at Xenos the moment I set eyes on him.
What? You'll forgive me for changing the subject, but now would seem a good time to discuss where we go from here. Though the Empire has yet to retaliate, the fact remains that we have revealed our presence and signaled our intentions in so doing. It is only a matter of time before the Imperials move against us. Given that we lack the strength to oppose them, 'tis plain some manner of brilliant stratagem is required. Therefore, I yield the floor to the preeminent tactician of our time, with whom I was privileged to share a room.
If you insist. While in Kagane, we debated a number of approaches and were eventually forced to concede that we cannot look to the Alliance for aid. Even were it possible to ferry sufficient forces and materiel from Eorzea in a timely manner, such a massive undertaking would not long escape the attention of the Empire. It would be a miracle if our ships reached the shore. Fortunately, according to Tataru and Hancock's intelligence, the Empire has withdrawn most of its forces from Doma in the past year, leaving her relatively unguarded. That being the case, A popular uprising, spearheaded by the full might of the Doman Liberation Front, may feasibly be sufficient to threaten the seat of provincial government, namely Doma Castle. 'Twould be rather easier said than done, of course, but I have seen worse plans prevail.
Then we must needs meet with Lord Hien and convince him to return, for there is no surer way to inspire our people to rise up as one. He desired proof of his subjects' conviction, and they have provided it, through no less a deed than openly opposing Xenos himself.
It will work. It has to work. And next time, we will defeat him.
Or not. In the meantime, how shall I occupy myself? The beloved king returning to urge his countrymen to rise up in rebellion. Not a story you'd hear in Charlian or Ul'dah, is it? Not in those words, perhaps, but no lands perhaps so cynical to be wholly immune to inspiration. Singular individuals have the power to move hearts and minds no matter where they go. Doubtless you speak from personal experience? As much as Lord Hien intrigues us, Akali, there are vital tasks to be attended to here. Preparations for the inevitable assault on Doma Castle, for one. There's also the matter of coordinating our efforts with the Confederacy and our comrades in Kugane, dealing with this troublesome Aetherite. I could go on, but you understand. Our countrymen's deeds speak for themselves. Lord Hien cannot deny the truth of their hearts. Too long has it been since I looked on his face. It would be of great comfort to see him again, and no small comfort if he were to join us in the search, I should add. I will be traveling to the Azim Steppe, Akali. I found Lord Hien once before, and I am confident I can do so again. Moreover, it was me whom he put the question of Doma's resolve. I feel it my duty to deliver to him our people's reply. I wonder what kind of man Hien is. From what I've heard, he's about the same age as me, and then there's Fordola, who isn't a whole lot younger than us both. Like her, he was born and raised in an imperial province. This is all he's ever known, but unlike her, he chose to do something about it. I want to meet him. I want to know why. Maybe, if I understand that, it'll help me understand a lot of other things. I know. Aye, so it goes. We all have our responsibilities. We shall depart for the Azim Steppe at once. Will you be joining us, Akali? For our part, we shall do what we can to aid the Doman Liberation Front in your absence. We will refrain from conducting any large-scale operations in your absence, and instead devote our energies to bolstering our ranks and training our new recruits. When you return, we will be ready for war. If anything happens, if you need us to come back sooner, you'd better contact us. Noble sacrifice is our last resort, remember? Follow me, my friends. We have many malms to travel before we reach reunion. Wait, don't leave yet. Here, take these for the road. It's simple fare, but it's the least we can do for you after what you did for us. It may be stupid and naive of me to say this, but I will. When you come back, we'll finish what we started. Beat the Imperials and we'll win our freedom, so don't keep us waiting too long.
I would expect no less of Bahamut's conqueror. Prepare the airship. His Radiance will not object. We have fulfilled our obligations here. I would see this prize for myself.
How does he know we conquered Bahamut? How would he know that? That was a secret. Did he say that to you, Sprightly? Because you don't even have to... Coils is optional. And we're not original Warriors of Light. So we didn't even fight him the first time. Did he mean Nidhogg? Is that a mistranslation? Or does he say something else? I'm so curious. So Xenos calls us, he's like, oh, I expect no less from Bahamut's conqueror. But he shouldn't know that we conquered Bahamut, because that whole Coils thing was a secret thing that we did, and only Alize and Urianger and Elfino know about it. And also, it's voiced. Coils is also optional, and nobody who's playing the game. Okay. I'm curious that what was said to you then. Either way, he shouldn't know about Bahamut, so I'm very curious. No worries.
Do you understand why I appointed you to act in my stead? You, whose only accomplishment was to whisper the right words in the right ear.
That would make sense.
Because of your petty hatreds. They render you the perfect instrument to bleed your kinsman of hope. To make an example of Doma, such as was ordered. Listen well. If you yield Doma to the rebels, you will not be given another chance to beg forgiveness. Do your duty now, or die with the rest of them.
Are you all right, my lady? That was uncalled for. Oh!
They say your Eorzean is helping the rebels. I want her dead. I want her friends dead. I want the heads of everyone she knows and loves mounted on the castle walls.
You mean I can finally go after her? I've been waiting for this chance.
I promise you, my lady, she won't escape this time. Not this time, oh no.
Aye, this is the place. When his shade was banished, you swore to leave this life behind. And yet here you are. Yet, if this be the work of the eyes, what choice do you have but to end it? Or so the boy would say. Damn you, Alphino.
It's the boy, Estanian, chasing down the eyes. We both have long roads.
They got all used up. The eyes.
They did get used up. Their power is currently being used to fuel Shinryu. So Shinryu, because the eyes were never properly taken care of, and because Estinian is the Azure Dragoon, he feels responsible. Though he's blaming Alphino for this responsibility, he still feels responsible, and thus his business with Nidhogg is not yet over until the eyes are dealt with properly. As is the job of the Azure Dragoon.
I see.
So that's why he's running around. We both have long roads ahead of us. Good luck to us both, eh? A pity we have no time to speak at length, but there is no rest for the righteous. Godspeed. So, what kind of place is this Azim Steppe? Oops. I should not be surprised that he sought refuge in the steppe. We were separated during a skirmish in the northern mountains. Igiri is ready to guide you to the Azim Steppe. Oh, 65. If all is ready, let us depart for reunion in the Azim Steppe. Our route will be somewhat, circuitous. We will need to return to the Ruby Sea and head north along the coast past Tazari. The Azim Steppe is my favorite zone in Stormblood. And we will see it, and we might do a quest or two, and then we will be... Yeah, it's a very good zone. I don't know if you've done any of the PvP things, Sprightly, but there's a PvP zone, or arena that's based in the Azim Steppe. Oh, and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. People are terrible at it. You will probably lose, but it is a gorgeous, gorgeous zone, arena. Oh, no problem, Zath. We are just about to finish up here. That's me. That's a big same. I'm constantly tired. Exhausted. I hope you have a good nap. And you take care. You have a good rest. From here we will turn north until we arrive at a cave, through which we must pass in order to reach the Azim Steppe. Lise and Gogetsu have already gone ahead. We should carry on as well. The people of Zari seem to be doing well. That's a relief. Ah, there you are. This is the cave. After you, Akali. Do the icicle thing.
Oh, it's too late.
It's too late. So you asked why we didn't go the other way.
Yeah.
It's because if you don't, we can argue that there's more other continents on the other side for more MMO gameplay. So, yeah, because once we finish this, I think we'll have seen most of the world, but we can argue there's a whole backside of the globe that hasn't been seen yet. So long as you don't, so that's what... Oh.
Vast and endless. The Azim Steppe, home to countless roaming tribes. A sacred land, watched over by elder gods. Here, we would find Doma's salvation. With the wind at our backs, we walked on. In search of hope. In search of him.
What about the butt? But yeah, so what WoW did was you had the eastern continent, and then you had Kilmador. But then every expansion it was like, oh, but then there's land up north. But then there's Pandaria to the south. Oh, but then there's the Isle of Everything and right between the two that we've just never noticed until right this second. And it was very ridiculous. But if you've already got a pre-planned out map that you can't add things to because it's already been determined, Charlian's already there, Alamigo's already there, Doma's already there, Garlemald's already there. We have everything mapped out. But if you eventually need more gameplay in the future, you can argue that there is all this stuff on the other side that hasn't been found yet. And it makes more sense because you're not changing and rebobulating your map. So you can add all this new stuff without damaging what you already have. Which is why we went the long way instead of what you would assume is the short way. Based on the map that we do have. Orthot is vast and filled with many different peoples. I know next to nothing about Zayla and their ways, but we should learn together, shall we not? I give you the Azim Steppe, Akali, though I should say this is but one small portion of it. Despite the close proximity, Domans rarely venture this far north. Most find these lands and their people strange and foreign. Fortunately, those who frequent Union are more welcoming than most. Come, it is not much further. I think I forgot to talk to Lise. And that was honest to God not intentional. But yeah, this is my favorite.
Lise said it's very flat, except where it's not.
Yeah, she's obnoxious. I love this zone. It is incredibly pretty. It's incredibly large, but not hard to navigate. Because it's flat, except where it's not. So, this is actually, Reunion right here is the town I have Casa grow up in. Despite being so... I'm not high enough. I'm so close on dance. I'm so close. Oh well. I will pretend I don't look like a clown. Is it just me, or is everyone here Zayla? I must confess, this is my first time on the steppe. Welcome to Reunion, my friends. Here is where we will begin our search for Lord Hien. Alright, and this is actually where we'll stop for the day. We are right on time. We're gonna go touch that rock. There we go. Got my belt. And then tomorrow, I may have some job quests to do, but we'll get through the step portion. Step is very good. But yeah, step is good. It's so pretty here.
I love this mount. The Cactar mount.
The Cactar mount, you need 2 million MGP. Oof. Big oof indeed. That's very good. When it flies, I think a bunch of balloons come out. They might not have flying though. But yeah, are you enjoying it so far? Any questions? Any concerns?
Nah.
Any complaints?
Why is Xeno so strong?
We will actually learn the reason why he's so strong.
Is it his armor? Is he like supercharged?
What do you think it's his armor? What are your theories? Before you go
It's
look it up
something
on
with his
Wiki.
gear.
You think it's his gear?
Yeah, his armor or his weapons. But he uses different swords. I don't know. I think it's his armor.
Sprightly says it's his shampoo. Because maybe he's born with it. Or maybe it's Maybelline.
Well, that's makeup. Isn't it?
Maybe he's born. I don't know. It all works the same. Same thing. You always gotta ruin the jokes. Always ruining the funnies.
Yeah, I think it's his armor and it's charged with something. Probably ether.
Okay. Good theory. I'll support it. I support it.
Oh, but Garleans don't do that.
Right. Well, that's not a bad theory though, because Garleans don't have magic. Though they have people who they have inscripted that do know magic. So in theory, magical armor is not a bad guess. Because if he doesn't have magic that's making him stronger, it has to be something in his possession, right? So that's not a bad theory. Because he was doing some sort of, it was a little magical.
Yeah.
So, not a bad theory. I like it. I respect it. But we will find out tomorrow. We're just going to do a couple of job quests. I hope it won't take too long. I don't have too many jobs that are at that point. So maybe the first 45 minutes or so, hopefully. But thank you so much for being here. We will be back at 5 p.m. EST tomorrow for more of Final Fantasy XIV. Let me do something really quick while I have people here that are part of the Final Fantasy thing. When Endwalker comes up, things will be changing just slightly as far as schedule goes. I think we'll do 5-hour streams instead of the 2. I'm still trying to figure it out. But the Final Fantasy streams will be longer at the usual 2 p.m. slot. And then maybe we'll do a later night stream at the end of the day. But it's kind of hard to say. I kind of gotta get a feel for where we are game-wise, like if we're still working on Automata come November. We won't be, but if we are, I want to make sure those games get finished. But most importantly, regardless of the schedule change, we will be doing a raffle from when Endwalker starts to the end of December. And we will be making... Oh, it's too big again, but such is life. Once I make it smaller. Our raffle will be a custom Warrior of Light plushes. There they are. Very cute, very adorable. Bum, 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 bum. For winners. And I don't think we've decided just yet how many we're going to do. But we'll make we're Warriors of Light in their little outfits. This is your Stola's endgame outfit. This is the Songbird outfit. Ishgardian something or other outfit. So, and their ears and their little outfits. We got some of them have earrings and it's very, very cute. So that will be the reward. I think we'll do 2 or 3. That is up to Q really. So, and I have not the beans because there's There's no way for me to reset beans so everyone's on an even playing field. But the bot itself counts points. I have a little system. So depending on if you're here and if you're active in chat, you will gather up the points needed to do the big raffle at the end of the month. That way everyone's on the same playing field, because I know some of you have so many beans. Q, I think you probably have the most beans. So this system will be a little bit more fair. That way people who are new and just looking to get in on the Ed Walker hype will be part of it as well. If you are a subscriber and if you are a follower of this channel, you will get more beans than those that are, or they're not going to be beans, but you will get more points than other people. And so that's just how it is. The more you're here, the more little things you can collect, the better chances you are to win the raffle. So that's the plan. I'm very excited about it. Oh, that doesn't bother me, Sprightly. Don't worry about postage. No matter where you are, I will send you this doll. No, I will send these dolls wherever.
We ship.
We ship. So don't even worry about it. You have been supporting this channel forever. Before I was even an affiliate, so don't even worry about it. The very least I can do is ship you out something. The only thing is you have to be comfortable giving me your address so I can ship it something to you. That's really the only thing. But I think it'll be fun. I'm really excited for Ed and Walker, and we can all experience it together. It's gonna be... Oh, Q, you might not be here, but... I'm sorry.
Womp.
We'll see
That's
how...
my
We
fault.
have to... I don't have times yet for when all of this is happening, so we'll have to see. But it's fun and exciting. I will, I'll do some reminders as we go through the month about this whole situation. So I wish you all a lot of luck, and I look forward to experiencing Endwalker with you all. So take care. Have a very lovely evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.